I had some questions about, height over bore and then where you would put your 45-degree offset. And the question was specifically for the 45-degree offset, would you put it on the scope at the 12 o'clock or would you put it on the rail? And the answer to that unequivocally is on the rail. And I'm going to explain that in a minute. The higher you get from the bore's axis, as you can see with the cleaning rod, okay, that axis point is where everything is going to happen. That's where the magic spot is, okay? The further you get away from the axis point, the bigger holds you're going to have. So let's say, for example, this ride-on scope, if I was to put a red dot up here, now I've just added another 2.5 inches away from the bore's axis, right? So my holds would be significantly bigger, okay? So what happens when I do this? Now I'm zeroed like this, but now I'm shooting like this. If we zero like this, like everybody does with your scope directly above your bore, your line of sight is straight. Gravity doesn't affect it. But when you fire, your bullet follows a trajectory. And in this example, we're at 50 yards, so my bullet will meet my line of sight at 50, and then it will come down and meet my line of sight at 200, okay? Roughly. Because I had to adjust the scope closer to the bore, I'm actually taking my trajectories coming up, if that makes sense. I had to take the internals and they're adjusted closer to the bore's axis. If I did this, if you look at my gun right now, obviously my scope, if I'm aiming at the target with my scope, my bore will be left of the target, but I'm not actually aiming left of the target. It would still be aiming to the right of the target, which is why you have to aim magazine side and high on your target. So that explains your left and right, but why do you aim high? Well, here the scope is above your bore. Here your scope is even with your bore, if that makes sense, on the horizontal plane. So instead of it going up and down to meet your line of sight here, you're basically just aiming straight at it, and your bullet's coming out of the barrel and basically going down to the ground because of gravity. This is why you have to aim high. So to recap, if you zero like this, like most people do, your line of sight and your bullet will meet at a certain point twice. Some close, somewhere far, right? In this case, 50 and 200. Now, if I have to aim like this, I'm technically aiming at the target, but my bullets are actually going to go right of the target or up towards the scope, which is why you have to aim magazine side. You also have to aim high because as soon as the bullet leaves the barrel, gravity is going to take charge and it's going to start bringing that bullet down to the ground, and you've changed your point of reference. And lastly, like I had said before with the 45-degree offsets, if you put, let's say, a dot right here on the 12 o'clock, now you've just changed that completely when you had to aim to the side. This is why you want to be as close to the bore's axis as possible. So I hope that explains why you want to be close to the bore's axis and why you need to aim magazine side high. Check out.